itse go thola weekend ka ofela ha re sa bonane ha le lwana ha wena o mo texta because you're upset that why aren't you calling me, and then abaya di phone la motho le mo tsebang le di two ali one a lo bona nyatsi ya teng, little side piece random rubbish. I know Shem, you will, even though I have proof, I have evidence. Did you cheat on me? Are you cheating on me? Why are you doing this? Why aren't you calling me as much as that? Baby, come on, you put it. Oh my gosh, no. You sound unintelligible. Just trying to get this guy to confess. Oh, baby, cheat. Oh, but why like this? Oh, what? Loki lang. The muntu wangishaya ngeshaggy. It wasn't me. Until I was like, but I took an HIV test. What the end? Yo guys, get hona no cause ke fodile. Ho fitile di jara. Mara nna pelo ka itsenele mo my toes the way it went ka teng. O ntshwatlile mothako. My heart was a Swarovski crystal, and wailahla from a 30-story building got shwadlega pieces. As in a fine powder worth of pieces. Hake so kana ke experience heartbreak kalo. That's why ke compare na to lifu. And I kid you not, guys, it's actually that deep because it is statistically proven. It is a statistical inference that has been reached in the streets of Johannesburg and beyond. Okay, that divorce is second in its depth of bereavement to a person, the amount of pain and sorrow they feel. It's second apparently to the mourning of a loved one, the death of a loved one. They come close together, like that. They are neck on neck pertaining how much they can shatter a person. So I would imagine that that's likely because when you sleep with a man, it's a soul tie. The two of you become one flesh. So when you divorce, even though hopping up and down like a kangaroo, the bottom line remains, he is not with you. So it's a severance. It is a breaking apart of an eternal bond, or at least it ought to be in the sight of God. A perpetual bond. Maybe not eternal, because there's no marriage in heaven, but here on earth it's supposed to be forever. So when it breaks, it is the tantamount of bereavement. It's like losing your husband to a car accident. Except usaphila lo muntu, and maybe even more devastating because uzohamba laphaya ayothanda omunye umuntu, or he's going to just nod out here, be gazing upon you, having your bag, doing things for you, and everything that you are, he's not going to be doing it anymore. Basically focusing on caring for you when you're in hospital, when you're sick, when you are doing whatever, when you've got issues and next of kin, you gotta change names of all that. Now it's your mom that's out here having your back, or your kids, it's no longer lomuntu lona, so it's just a sense of loss, bereavement, which is why you should not be having sex before marriage, because it creates the kind of bond that exists between husband and wife, but without the commitment, for crying out loud. So when it goes awry, you be out getting the shattering pain of a wife being cheated on by a husband, but just as a girlfriend, it's just like a waste of emotion. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a waste of emotion. It's a devastating waste of emotion that people should not be out letting themselves endure, but they are enduring it nonetheless because we're sinners, fallen apart from the Lord. So when I say that I felt like I had lost a loved one because this guy cheated on me, it's because he gave me the experience of a married couple that doesn't live together. Strange, weird, yeah. And I trusted him not to cheat, like proper. For the first time in my life, I trusted an oak not to cheat because he put forward enough of good character foot forward in the beginning for me to believe that he's not gonna do this. For the first time in my life, I thought a guy could actually never cheat. I thought they existed in the world. This guy gave me a pseudo belief that could possibly look like chidela as a chicken when you're jolari, because we were so tight in the beginning. In fact, pretty much towards the end, all throughout, he was scared. That's why I took his dwellings, and that's why I took his later on. Alright, yeah, typeset up thing. That's what's good. I felt a sense of bereavement that I had never in my life felt before. It was a shattering pain. It was like shards breaking in my heart. Okay? Yeah. And I already told the story in the Givico call center. I was supposed to take calls, I didn't take them. Cause my boyfriend, I just found out that he cheated on me. I couldn't take calls, I just let them be rerouted, and my boss gave me a final written warning. I was literally about to lose my job because I was so devastated that I couldn't take calls in the call center. Yeah. That's why I started Fontaine. asylum. Cindy Mankele, o tla kenya thipa mo ga pelo ya Flava sisters, get parole, turn to Christ. Because even the best among them in the world, bazo bishisa. Jenge Swarovski crystal being thrown out of a 30-story building. Nje fela pa. Motho a go shetare o le fragile, like a little Swarovski birdie. A fragile. A vela a re boo. From Empire State Building. Kwa go godimo. A re sisters e kwena mo ga ke na taba. Ladies and gentlemen, they expect us nje ukuthi siyo recover. Thina re lovela fela re bounce back. A ke tsebo ke nka banna le go cheata korona go sa bone gore ke sha bontho e botlhoko. It's painful. I know, Marabona, they expect us to make like a nice little basketball and literally bounce back. Utlolimala Obuti, crimes of passion, snapped women who kill. Samashawalang TLC. It takes a minute for women to get there. Mara, when you ignore the emotions of a very emotional individual. Kishilangare RIP, it's giving cadaver. Like Motukimo is toasting with ashes. Like you be out doing crematorium. Otokafa, labanna, lobala kidisheri. Anyway. Erike tsweleng pele nne ka story sena sa minaisang Bobigio cheated and o confessitse ka phoso. O confessitse ka phoso Bobby o cheatile because I said I took an HIV test and he was like, and how did it come out? Not only confirming that he cheated on me, but he also did so without protection. Aisha, and the level of betrayal that I felt. Kimo motho nna ke yang we taking please ke na le future ka bala. A got a clean bill of health ke batla bana ke batla nyalwa. O ka se tlong fang molaza ke nka wena o tlong fa phamokate ko City of Gold. Relax. Abuti, how do you not know that we are still both HIV negative? Silly me, silly old me. Like Monica devoted so much time trying to find your favorite boy. I nearly lost my mind. I drive past your house every night in an unmarked car. What does she have on me to make you break my heart? You make me feel, you make me feel I'm so gone, so biggie, you made me feel how when I loved you, baby. Monica. And I'm a Josam, listen boy, I'm a rowdy chick. Sometimes I have to fight cause my mouth too slick. Shorty, how you handle like doing whatever like I ain't Jack? Kick down your door and smack your chick just to show you Monica not having it. I'm so in love with you like a drug habit kid. So, you make me, you treat me so unreal. What she do, I do better. Ooh, okay, I can tell you feel like some Monica. Kids like that, babies are needing best buds. Oh, when I loved you, baby. Or the alto. Karabo tinang ka kata hagana ki khotsepe. Obong shitela, nonsense na ra haitse is sukhilwe. Ili like shriveled up like a prune kana ki raisin not like that. What are we gonna do with the raisin pruned up, shriveled up nonsense? Hey, haya I know ituzubani nonsense. What am I gonna do ka nonsense ituzubani ngaka ki raisin? You are not supposed to cheat, not you. Not the first guy that ever bought me flowers, not the first guy. Checky lang ka kaya special. Not the guy ever told ko pande mo life in the other dealing ka circumstance na usanya hi sali ole wa usanya. Uya guys andota, you can't do this to me. Like, what are you doing? He did it. Nearly lost my job over it. I went crazy. I was institutionalized at Arkham Asylum in Gotham. I nearly became a criminal, but I was rescued by the buffer. By the shock absorber of my youth. I was yet to be too devastated by too many men. He was the first to do this kind of damage because I didn't expect much from Bobby Wachale, because you know, one examorate vele ngimthole ali busy ali judge mo mostrateng. So I didn't expect much, so my body was protected against him because angisibhaya ngesikelembe. So genza izinto raw like that. Magalona domjani Karabo carried on throughout the relationship from the beginning. After that cheating, I still went on right ahead to fornicate with him unprotected. Like, I carried on. Why? Because how like Shaggy, it wasn't me. But I saw you on the counter, it wasn't me. We even caught you on camera. It wasn't me. I deny after. Denied after admitting because he saw it rabas at me. Near on freaking hospitalized me, and so he was like, I didn't do it. And I literally, the relationship ended with me wondering if he did. And I suspected that he did it twice, at least twice that I found out. But the way that it so decimated me visibly in ways that he was able to observe. Why retract that? He confession. He retracted the confession. I was like, how could you sleep with another woman? Get what a face party le vai. Ngara ne ke loko quiet. Oro metse jwang le mosadi o mong. Mara, o tseba hore we don't use protection. O tlo nkudisa abuti. The way ne ke lagating, I sounded like Menkula. Why would you do that to us? But baby, what is wrong with you? So you did to her what you do to me. Where did you do it? Cause you don't have your own. Where did you do it? Cause you don't have your own apartment. Let's chaba guys, I can ramp on. Yes, I know out of my mouth. And the devastation was so astronomical that he literally rejected that he ever said anything. It wasn't me. I didn't do it. I didn't cheat. I didn't. I promise. How in the world did you not cheat when you done confessed that I could potentially be HIV positive because you slept with a woman without protection? He did. To a point of not being sure if I would test positive or negative on an HIV test. Mara, because there was no proof. And because I literally claimed that I went for an HIV test and then later said, no, I haven't gone. Mara, how could you? No, I didn't. Ashem, he retracted. Mara, it still carried on in my mind. Ashem, I held on to it for dear life. And even though the right thing to do would have been to get out, leave. The moment you cheated, like what the heck, there's nothing left here. I was supposed to be stronger than that. I was supposed to be bigger. I wasn't finished. Make it be nice if it oh baby Mara, how could you do this to me? I wasn't done. So I went to Arkham Asylum. I wasn't done. I was too in love to truly be done. Because there was going to be the devastation of not being together because I was a besotted. Coupled with that we would do it was just, I had to choose. It was too much pain. I'm not just lamenting that you touched another woman like you touched me, but I can't be dealing with that sorrow. And the sorrow of not having him around. Like, I can't not be getting the text anymore, the calls. I cannot not see him all the time anymore. I can't not hold his hand again. Like, I can't. Like, I wasn't done. So, I accommodate in I let him come back because I could not be with him. And it took a minute for me to recover. But after that, of course, after that, he never confessed anything. I don't, however, believe that he stopped cheating. It's just that he started protecting me from finding out. He worked hard and well to protect me from finding out, so the rest of the relationship appeared to be cheat-free. But I know it wasn't, especially in the end, because that man didn't stop cheating. It's just that God protected me from HIV and any other kind of STD. There was never any complication of that nature, so I guess ubile lucky in that way he dove in like Trey Songz mokholiskun, because aranga puma with there were nothing, no STDs, no he didn't give me anything. I got chlamydia or HIV, and that was the grace of God. Mara, in a situation like that, ticking time bomb, it's only a matter of time. Languta. Before you end up HIV positive, and never mind HIV positive, but maybe some other STD, whatever it could be, gonorrhea. It's only a matter of time before you start throbbing and itching in the wrong places, okay? Yeah, not that it's okay to throb and itch anywhere, but the best place to throb and itch is your scalp because it tends to be itchy for everyone, nowhere else proper. If you're throbbing and itching somewhere else, honey, you got a nasty dude. Moving on. Okay, cool beans and bananas. I know that he continued to cheat because the relationship he ended, God protected me from just rubbish like ever. Kitwile kanako, kitwile kapotlako kanako, kitwile grajabo. Sisekele strengthened by Tabaho, you made me stop loving you. And like Adele, you're gonna be singing that song one day. I can't make you love me when you don't. I might get over you. Nekisa says like what in the beginning. I got back together with you guys. That I was busy ruminating every time I really busy. That nonsense. Thank you for giving me his cat. So go overcome. In the tended too much to walk out. Because over time you acted like such a crazy fool. Like not boy. It's really going. You know that song Elia Arcade, when a woman's face. There ain't nothing you can do about it. Share my ex experienced that messing the delay. His cat is figgy when I got finished though. But there was a time when I could never finish. There was a time when I was so devastated that even though I couldn't stand to be with him, I couldn't stand to be without him. But then the Lord matured me. I grow up. I do a better thing. I go and I discover that there is Jesus in the streets and I'm running with him. And after Jesus, nobody could touch me. I became MC Hammer for real. So manda mina wangisindisa against uPloma Ninja that albeit having not given you HIV last year, Hashem 2027 guaranteed. It's coming. Wake me not when you used to Marabamu Bizangi taking chicken. Janet Jackson go, why did I get married? But that test up on TV, it wasn't gonna happen. It was gonna happen. Me, I got Doja Bullets. A man that you trust with every bone in your body. A man that you spend all your time with. A man that you never suspect will go anywhere on you. A man that's always home. Does not abscond. Does not spend the night out with a boy 24 hours a day. A man that knows how to come home on time. And still he will find a minute in the sliver of time when he's not with you to sleep with another woman. Man in the world is rubbish, eh? You never know. You never know. You only go find out when you have complications medically that you are HIV positive, or when you are pregnant with your fourth baby and they test you doing an STD panel and discover that you are positive, and now these are the precautions you have to make sure that your baby come out negative. You will discover the hard way. A man that spent all his time with you, always on holiday, love each other, baby, love, buy you flower, everything, no. Still, STD. How did you do it, brother? During work, obvious. It must have been because you come home on time, or you are never off doing strange things. You don't spend the 3 a.m., 4 a.m. in the morning, come home drunk, sitting on my couch, disturbing my peace. You are a responsible husband, and yet look at me be HIV positive when I test during an STD panel that I'm doing because I'm pregnant with fourth baby. That is what it is that I was facing in this planet. I am not doing it so. We are not touching it. Just like God's anointed, we are not touching it. We are not gonna do it. We are not gonna give ourselves electric strike. We are not doing it so. Only way to guarantee safety is a Christian man. Like I said earlier, the probability of a Christian man cheating on you is exceptionally low. It's slim to none. It is not impossible because we are sinners. It is, however, highly unlikely. And, however, in the event that a Christian man should cheat, the likelihood of it happening on a freaking cycle, a loop, like a hamster just riding on a wheel, just over and over and over again, is exceptionally low. It is highly unlikely that they will cheat at all. But if they do, it is likely even impossible, bordering. It's so improbable that it's bordering on impossible that he'll ever do it again, because they are governed by the Holy Spirit. And when a Christian man gets busted for cheating, the scandal is astronomical. It's unlike what's going on with the scandals that of this world. When men are busted cheating because they're expected to do strange stuff, a Christian man could lose his ministry. Look at Stephen Lawson. He could lose his credibility, his clout. He will actually be getting staged interventions against him. There was a man in my church that out here was hovering in spaces where he was frequently seen with another woman. Wabane church meeting concerning him, and he got eventually, because he was in rebellion, literally excommunicated from Isoto while the wife was still parishioning with us. Kunjalo, kubazalwane, strict. Cast the immoral man from among you. There are rules. We live in a different kingdom. Kingdom ailing separately from this world. We live in a citizenship that is apart from this earth, and the citizens or the citizens of this particular country, you don't just get to bounce around. There are protocols, and there is genuine fear of God, and there is accountability that will actually humiliate you as a cheating man. But you see, we are inspired as godly people to be faithful to the Lord, not so much because we fear repercussions, but because we love God. And so it is not a tyrannical holding fast to the precepts of God. It is a willing submission. And when people sin, they do so literally slipping into sin. They don't dive into it like, deliberately. They don't choose to do it. they tend to slip into it. And once they do, they sober up and repent. And then they don't go back again. That is the difference between a Christian marriage and an unbelieving marriage. First and foremost, adultery is highly improbable, highly unlikely. And in the rare occasion that it should happen, it will even more unlikely occur again. Worldly men be out here putting you on a cycle. Bako ba on a vinyl and you spin on it, yo. Spin on it. Of perpetual infidelity, where you will be blessed today that you all came out with a negative STD panel. Mara, after 2 years, inevitably, you be out just slapping gonorrhea and HIV in the same body. Elohore, just 2 years ago, we had a conversation about this dude and now I'm sick. Worldly men hide infidelity. Once they see how much it has shattered their women, they will do a lot more to make sure that they don't find out. They go out of their way to conceal their lies. They become more conspicuous. They become supercalifragilisticexpialidocious protective of their wives finding out, but they don't necessarily cease hostilities against her by not cheating. They feel like we can't not cheat. All they do is work like Zinja to make sure that they don't find out. And my ex-boyfriend, he worked like an ninja, panting and everything, to ascertain that he made sure I don't catch him should he decide to go out there and snack on a delicacy. Out here, devour something that he ought not be devouring. Remember earlier I said that women, you are literally created for no other reason but to be devoured by the man that is your husband. So if you let yourself get devoured in these streets, you're problematic. So much so are you a thing for devouring that you ought to be getting called main chicks and side pieces. You see, you cannot be with a man that out here be calling you a main chick because they should know, or main course, because you should not be a man's main. You should be a man's only, and only the Holy Spirit convicts of that as a reality, as a thing. God Almighty, the King of the universe, is the only one that will convict Ubobi to just unbobify himself. He will take a man and make him faithful. The Lord is the one that does the work in him, not you. It is not your influence or even your excruciating beauty that's going to keep a man faithful. It is his fear of God, the reverence of the Holy One on high. It is his adoration of his Maker. It is the fact that he lovingly pursued him until he loved him back. It is the fact that God called him and he said, I'll take it. It is the fact that he is running with the cross. It is the fact that he is self-denied, taking up his cross every single day and following Jesus. It is the fact that Lomuntu Lona is guarded by principles apart from this world. They are transcendent, they are ethereal, they are otherworldly, they are heavenly, and so therefore they are misunderstood by those of earth. If anything, people of earth consider it bizarre when they gaze upon the things of heaven, because the things of God are as foolishness to the man who is perishing. So men of the world will consider the fidelity of Christian men kind of whack and strange because they are perishing. But godly men get it, they understand, like Nicodemus. Even though you don't see him, the Holy Spirit that is, he's like the wind, you nonetheless see his effects. That is the born again status. An individual will actually be completely transformed, and people of the world won't understand it. But the benefit is that a godly woman, when they wait on the Lord for a godly man, will indeed experience the glory, the joy, just the exhilarating elation of being married to Joseph, a guy that actually be fleeing from Potiphar's wife because he's waiting on the Lord for you. Uzobaleka, the seductress that's going to be leaving cat hair on a man's coat, except Kirilex or weave. Yeah, plastic. The Lord will protect your marriage before you even meet your man, because your man is going to be like Joseph. Rather go to prison than I just sleep with Potiphar's wife. Alice single. As in like anybody he's cheating on, but he comprehends that he is cheating on Christ, and that's all that keeps him sober. So when then he is your husband, Potiphar's wife will not necessarily stop. Women of the world buy snacks. They will keep on trying to lick a man's ears, okay? It is your man that's like Joseph that ought to be fleeing with a woman holding his loincloth all up in her hands. That makes you feel proud. To say congratulations, baby, you came home all butt naked, all shelling, all ngono. Because some women try to rip off your loincloth. You didn't dive in like Trey Songs, you came home. So let me put robes on you, on that nakedness. And ang nadaba, if she ought to be raising up a charge against you, saying that you attempted rape or whatever because nangyang temba. But one of the trust that I have my ex-boyfriend to a point of that level of devastating bereavement, to a point of feeling that mina ngilahlekelwe, ngishonelwe, get a spouse because he cheated on me. The pain was that excruciating. It was like a divorce or being cheated on as a married woman. Yeah, you won't have to go through any such excruciating pain just cause umuntu kibobi. And I'm not talking about yo, I know. Avazengi bishisi medium. Bese ayo protector bishisos. Bish. Abona go bishisi media tengi. Abamo protector from experiencing firsthand look bishiso kokon. It's not that I have bishis no cheater. It's that he's hiding it well. You will never know. And the level of carefulness that this guy walked on like Pink Panther, I never caught. Mara mina suspicions because what he did, there was this one chick on Bora, he ended up marrying her. That every so often he would connect with and claim that neba blomile kaofela weekend kaofela le some boyfriend of hers. Many suspect of cheating on me with her. Ne re dula re lwana over this chick o tla mo phone like 11 bosigo a mo kopa dikatiba tsa fascinator tsa Durban July. And I was like, why is this chick actually calling you for imali? Blah blah blah, all that jazz. This woman mega phony in the beginning, like she came before me and she liked him, but nasina next. Unali, you know, Leila, the nasina chelete muna ona scrub, I told you. And this chick was a slay queen type set of thing. So even though she had strong feelings for him, she was like, "O don't get the zang mara, o don't get like a lip bed, lip ears nyana, pes about." Never mind, chelete ka mara pes ya thing. Okay, yeah. Mara ona rata ho kupa boyfriend ya ka chelete, and that thing nearly broke us up. Pumagu ye this chiquita. He knew that I had qualms with her. Ngai pika ipo nya kona, blah blah. And he eventually, at some point, was like, "I'm sorry, I can't keep frustrating Karabo for you, chick. I mean, you had your time, you shone, you decided to let your light dim. So, and this chick got upset, mara. They, over the years, continued to connect. And I suspect this guy used to, like, cheat on me with this woman. This chick liked him. Before they got together, before we got together, she just passed him up because he didn't have money. When you like a guy, you're gonna be smooching him. If at all you're having sex, you're gonna sleep with him. And then be like, I can't do this. I can't do this. Plus, you have a girlfriend. Which is the thing that I'm actually talking about. Do you understand? This boyfriend of mine, that was not there for him when he had nothing. Like, his ride or die that had his back during his dry years of eating the coco zapapa from the bottom of a pot. After we broke up, uhambe wa yochada. Lomfazi megang bora when we were together. Amo phone la masiku ka 11. Amo kopa di tšhelete tsa di fascinator hatsa ko Durban July. Ke lla ke tswa boladu le di tete. Gore tswa mo tšhiring ena gore nako tswa ko wena. Until he eventually twas mo yena. And then I discovered later on ukuthi nna ke panel biti le ka lukisa monna ka mo etsa viable for slay queen hore it finally decided hore tlo monyala. Slay queen finally decided to say, okay, this time around we're not just having sex, we're not just making out a whole bunch, we're not cheating on your girlfriend together. This time we're gonna actually just, you know, seal the deal and tie the knot, baby. Because I love you, I've always loved you, I mean, you know that, right? Yeah, but now you are happy to be with him because he's made money. Uhambe wa yotha that died ticket. And today, hasiki hong boraki. Ubina binaya John Legend, baby, when I used to love you, there's nothing that I wouldn't do. I went through the fire for you, anything you ask me to. But I'm tired of living this lie. It's getting harder to justify. I realize that I just don't love you, not like I used to. Because the gold digger, if you've seen the music video earlier, John Legend, you will realize that he's talking about a chick that is just such a slay queen, or rather tell her so much. And initially John Legend will do anything for her. Mara, there comes a time when these slay queens like Kenya because they are unreliable. They lack loyalty. And so because they are unloyal and this chick will literally skedaddle out of Johannesburg with some other putmajesa that has a little bit more scotos of cash. Just how unreliable she is. It is exhausting at some point for these guys and they miss the rest, the peace, the penduluming hammock swinging left to right. That was the chick that was there raro die. Unale diranta tse di kana. Unale koloi e kana. Unale apartment e kana. Oitsi kanda everywhere. Uela phaya okori boy. 000. Kodwa imedi implomile on something now we're gonna live in a shack together. Angnandaba sizo akha boy. Sweet you. Mina nawe tina soba mbili. Retlabina daipina. Resna chelete. Khuntsiwa lobola fela ya 5,000 because remomarato. I love that guy enough to actually be accommodating such cheap lobola. Hey, mina nawe tina sobabili. Utlaba that raro die chick bese lenja le ihambe iyochata icheri emengamfuni when he had bank account eso. That's all that he does, like romance. Maybe my ex maybe was just so good at being a boyfriend because man, he had to work hard to please me in so many other respects because all he could give me was that I love you, baby. Dipilo, blowing like bubbles. Mara, just like below in a who empty moya. You can blow moya and put a little tennis ball in there. You can blow moya gamo ne and open a tennis ball gamo and go on the other side. Gunyana bank account injena. Imboboso, that's very pale, just floating around like bubbles, that game. Yamo computing. Just floating around. Pale unja fela tadi emoji tadi ngata on an email. The way I just think rato ako shawara ka di emoji tata ko tata di pelo. Uhiye, makaore aguna next ko empty echo. No house, no couches, no car, no money. But we've got love. Boyfriend. I was this girl. Mucho ang pari emoji tadi pelo. Blowing bubbles then ang lemoya fed. Because it was romantic, and once you make it, once you build your business, once you get your brand down, boy, once you are there soaring like a bird, now I'm both going to be, I'm going to be the wife of a wealthy man that finally arrived because I was there in the beginning. Went beneath his wings, right next to adored woman. So lerato likili experience thing. Because why would he stop? So this time because these guys, they can banda in the black community, especially they can be very cold. So all in warm, all in cozy like a blanket in winter. Because why would it stop? Right next to and you spoil it and jet set me across the planet. Paint the planet red. I thought that's what I was out here building. Cause I believed in him. I believe in you, baby. I believed in him. I did. That guy. He then starts making that money towards the end of our relationship. As in asylum and I get to be why. Both sisters baby setup. Parole. I'm on parole. I got discharged from this crazy hospital. I promise. It's like when they start making money. Abenandaba to maintain pilo nang moya. Enang limoya fela so. The emoji tele. The tiny bubbles, so divine, make me happy, make me glad all over. As he said, imagine. Now that you're making money, now that he was making money, he got rude and aloof. He go my apartment, the outfit is different, it's chinchile, and speaking to me like I enjoy. I remember there was a time when I was trying to clear some, I don't know what was going on with my skin, like exfoliator or what. And my skin had, when you use an exfoliator for the first time, and it actually peeling the uppermost surface of your skin. And before the peeling is done and finished, and so revealing the new skin underneath, I'll smile like you look like you got wrinkles because that surface skin creases. How smile in your laugh lines, it creases around your crow's feet, around your laugh, basically the eye area. Cause was 70s cuticura or whatever. I can't remember what I was using, but I was on some new cream and I didn't even need it because my skin was so clear when I was in the world because I was on the pill. Okay. I was on Diane 35 Maraniki Falls. That got 70s some cream that crazy exfoliated me over a week. And he came to my apartment and my skin was slightly darker because there was exfoliate on the surface. And when I smiled, I had crow's feet like wrinkles around my eyes because the surface skin was just like gathered there and yet to lift. I was in my 20s, still young. I'm 40, okay? I still don't have crow's feet. I still don't have wrinkles. I still don't have fine lines. I still don't have 11s. I still am pretty preserved. So how much more was my skin out here killing it at 20, like what? 6? Yeah. How much more was my skin killing it at 26? I was still very young and there were still very many years to come before I would ever pop any wrinkles. That day, because of cuticule, I can't remember kung nag-70 but some cream experimenta ngayo. The moment I get in my apartment, and my ex and I used to smile all the time when we saw each other. We had these big smiles. We were tight, like I said. No pulling apart, breaking apart, no. It's Antarctica. It was warm to the end. We broke up since I'm really cuddly, alright? Yeah, that was good. Kodwa mungiphelile ngoba God wanted me out of there. Yeah. Ha! Wangena wafika, hi baby, ka smile sila sa sikima-kima, hug, kiss, everything. And I'm still smiling komunyako. Out there making out naye komunyako before I got fully into my apartment. And because I was literally right there as he's busy talking to me. He makes an observation of my eye area as I'm smiling, beaming to him. I'm He's like, right here, and then he's like, what's going on with your face? You're getting old. That's so fun. My ex was always so careful to speak smack. Like on our first date later on that day, I tripped and nearly fell. And ever since then, he kept on saying to me, watch your step. Every time I would walk somewhere until I got annoyed and I was like, stop it, I'm not clumsy. It was just that one time. He was very careful with his words. Nasana backbiting or any kind of nasty coarse jesting. He didn't speak smack. He wasn't full of profanity. He was just what we call decent-ish guy. In that guy, alright? So he would never ever, if he saw a flaw on me, like Papa, throughout our relationship, like we started arguing a certain size. Thanks to Diane 35, that is a contraceptive pill that is the baddest in the game when it comes to water retention. However, it is also the baddest in the game when it comes to clear skin. So I had absolutely perfect skin during the time I was on Diane 35. My weight, I blew up. I gained weight. I was bordering on being chubby when I was with him. He gave me the weight because of Diane 35. How when I get the little one where he ever was like, you're kind of getting thick. What's going on over there? Hey, this area. Never. He never mentioned it once that I was gaining weight. But then, before 2010, Philip was here. World Cup. I decided that I'm gonna lose weight. Made my own program, my own decision. I decided I'm going to lose it. Diane, in our 20s. I didn't see a dietitian. I go to the gym and I start to shrink. I lose weight. And only at that stage it was like, you're looking good. You've lost weight. Mara, when I was busy pumping up, looking like I'm on steroids. He was here. Hasho next. He never insulted me, offended my weight. Uvele watula lo muntu. Watula. Kodwa wa compliment when I lost weight. Maybe that's why I stayed with him for so long. I was never going to be dealing with any kind of flaws of this nature. But then the man started making money. And for the first time in my life, Archie comes out an insult. What's going on with your face? You're getting old. I'm 26. You're like 4 years older than me. You're the one that's in your 30s. How in the world are you going to be Archie speaking about me getting old? Why also rude? Why over rude? He literally looked at me, saw these creases in my face because of this cream that I was on that Archie exfoliated me like a nasty, and then said, what's so fine? Are you getting old? Yo, I was like, this guy's wearing an arrogant demeanor. There is something that he is carrying in air. So essentially what I'm getting at, to help you understand, is that how we get this Turkey see a little bit of an incredible hulk of a woman out here trying to build a man like you're building a bear. When he starts to make money, he will be condescending. Basadi, you are not supposed to panel beat Amador. You are not supposed to be the strong force that is dominant, that is telling him do this or I will leave. If a man is not self-motivated, and if you are not merely a helper suitable, and not merely in a condescending sense, but in the sense that you are not actually Shisarang Setaku, you are not the dominant force, you are not the voice that is determining his decisions, but rather influencing them if you don't see your place. And so therefore gently be the wind beneath a man's wings as opposed to a domineering force. I said to Ali where he needs to be, or when he starts to get to where he's gonna get at on you. Because the way that men react to women taking their authority, they are chisering setako. The way they take that power back is by withholding affection, is by afflicting you in ways that you can't afford as a woman. It is a woman's need or desire to be loved, and they will always desire their man, their husband. So the way that men punish women who have basically stolen their authority is to literally withhold affection and to make you feel lesser and like he can do better than you. So when he was still needy, of me. He was maintained in character. Mara once he started to gain that strength, that girth, he saw it fit ukungilaza. He guarad me. This man, that was not his first and only infraction. Towards the end of our relationship, this was just a trend. He was starting to become rude. And happy when I used to cry and complain, random stuff, he would basically accommodate, hearken, and quickly correct. This time around, hey, you know Terrence Howard in that music video, when my days are cold without you, and I'm with you, and my heart can take no more, I just keep running back to you, running back to you. If you watch that music video, Terrence Howard, the way I dilanga Ashante Limnote, you got them, this dude out to be getting told where to get off by the mom, and what does he do? Go gating. Yamhleka. Hey, ndoda ungazohleka uma wami akuthi kubusikhathi khamewa ka ushikela ntho eleng teng abuti. Uma wami lona ngicela uhloniphe Kya Jo, wabona the reaction of Terrence Howard in that music video. My ex started doing stuff like that to me. That's why I get connected ampur sterk fontena, guys. I wasn't ampur sterk minang silonga chamon parol. I was actually in sterk fontena. Nekela ko akam asylum. God saved me. The Lord rescued me. A woman's desire will be for her husband. A woman's desire will be for her man. And when this affection is robbed, I have been through this too long. I will be damned if I see another chick in your arm. You will grab a bat, out here. They don't love you like I love you. A whole city got a bat. You are going to do something very irrational with a dude. In all that irrationality, because you feel like on squinch. Ali so blasé, like honey, blasé. Like I'm talking like Garfield, my eyes are half closed. Like there's a short I was watching the other day on TikTok. Oki Aja Chiki be like batting his car. Aguadile because he cheated on her. And this chick is actually eating tortillas and some prawns next to another baddie. Like, in other words, another woman that he was on that date with was actually on some, who is she, do you know her? And he looks at her on some, she's my ex. Except then in the back end is busy screaming, you cheater. Once her busy she's beating his car with a bat. And he's sitting there eating as everybody's recording and they're interviewing him. And he's like, she's my ex. Oh no, insurance is gonna pay for it. He is so calm. We are sick. Like Terrence Howard. And this is not a black man. He looks like he could be Mexican or something. So it appears to be a cross-cultural issue. This thing of men having such a blasé demeanor, a chill disposition, and the climate of all your frantic, like toy throwing out the cot demeanor. Okay? Aja papa. Ashebile unzo otlaba. Madaire akhache and keying his car. And then telling whoever is recording the spectacle that she's my ex. Uskawara insurance is gonna pay. And kitomutsharis. Awuthiki ijolise hore umshwalense uzobhadala. So ungawarishe ngemoto yami futhi. Ngizomboshisa lo muntu. The reaction of a woman that extreme is biblical because her desire for her husband. And when you want a man's affection and he doesn't give it to you, you feel listless as a woman because it is your judgment. And so that listlessness produces, ring the alarm! It produces hours you love and your secretary every day of the week. I don't know no one else was there. It produces, makes my whole world, makes me believe. Baby, just the thought of you. It produces Diary of a Mad Black Woman. It makes women Arkham Asylum patients. It makes women be patients. It puts women on death row. It puts women in psychiatric prisons because they are too hard to handle. And the whole of society, I am literally not kidding you. Lefat Lelo Telekopane on the left and on the right will agree with the guy because of how incredibly irrational you are acting in the moment of being ignored, albeit being literally right. You're the one that's right, but the whole world will support this man, including other women around. And when you are busy throwing your toys at the cot, they will be like, what's that thing? She's my ex. She's angry. Oh no, insurance will pay for that. Plus, this is a matter of dire consequences. This man has cheated. He has done a terrible, obliterating thing. He deserves every ounce of wrath from this lady, but the world will stand with him. Literally, the world will stand with him, and that's the thing that makes Umfazi even crazier. I don't know how many times I have endured throwing my toys out the cot, outside of the club, outside of a party, outside of a house party, outside of a mall. Ke scream na ke la ke borwa ke Bobby wena. Wrong lo Bobby. Lo muntu wrong kodwa wonke umuntu that is looking with no context at me. Like a whole boiling pot. They be looking at me like a frantic lady that's unmanageable. Ni right. Right. I am the one here that deserves the compassion. God, but they will give him the compassion. Because the way that they calm down, the way baling chill, baling monotone, it'll make you look like you're here. That's what happened with Adele Tembe and AKA, just by the way. Let's get going. Akam asylum because I like my freedom. I've got parole, sing to me le match. Seketula nakimo hamona I'm feeling silling. Asabatla khung ponsale rajo. Atsebore washwa wake epela kana ukwelengam. Kodwa shanga marve psychology. By here guys, mina I retract, I retreat. I get in a shell like a tortoise and I retreat. Nyamiyega. I'm acting all suave and cool, fantastic, like he's a rat. Like he be out here, like, you know, brushing his goatee, like ufiti, and everybody thinks he's a little horsey. Nyamiega lo muntu ayoba usimba the lion, or maybe even Scar, cause he's the counterfeit. Miyegelen, nyamiega, and my emotions is ipsung, puluaga e bugang mulo, puluaga e batang kubosa, molten lava. I know shem kinwa. Pusama Reni. Can my Gaviscon? Hot pen. Gaviscon Reni live say anything. Get la fola. I'll be fine, Kausani. I will not let him. Kehana. Levati. Ling Shabanga right. I'm right. He cheated, I'm right. He ignored me, I'm right. He's pretending he doesn't love me when he does, I am right. He is acting as if though he can live without me, I'm right. Uya pretend alomuntu that next year akazofika lana groveling snot and trana all up in my jarata. Actually laugh back ni right. Angizola my toys I'm at the court until abantu baqala ukuthi mina ngiyahlanya. Ngiyolahlelwe eSterfontein. Kilo kena ko psychiatric hospital langkutwa. Temporarily only for this guy to quietly come back after unclansite like that. Actually, like this time around, hakuna spectacle. Ana a cherry that's out there batting a guy's car or keying it. Or anza tabula matayre. There's no chick out here amuchika komolong amulashela ka mablomo. There's no such spectacle that's gonna cause the world to have compassion on him, right? I 40 less spectacle ill. And I kid you not, Gogota boy. I'm telling you now. What Lavina Pinaya Jasmine Sullivan. What's about you gotta go. You will literally let a man back into your life that did that to you, that made a spectacle out of you. Maroto kutale quiet. And hole quiet. So basically, you will get back together with him and everybody will be wagging their heads on something. You got back together with a woman that embarrassed you like that in public. He was wrong. He was wrong. And when you let him back into your life despite the reputational damage that is unfair to you, Obina, if I could forget him, bye girl, I would, please believe me. Kind of what then you're not singing that to the man that you're leaving for another man. You're singing it to your friends. You're singing it to your mom. You're singing it to your colleagues, people who have your back. Abatandai. Mara, you can't get that together with this guy. Mara, get out of your last time. Batong, last time I'm going to criminal record. Restraining order. Again. This time around, and you be just sitting to me, trickle of a tear. I say this is the and you will be like, if I could forget him. Now, please believe me. I know that I should throw the towel in, but baby, it's not that easy. I know there's a man out there that's gonna treat me better than him. If I was sane, exactly, there'd be no competition. But I'm in love with Upo B. Hey. I'm in love with my doggy dog. I can't. Oh, but when I'm with him, nothing compares. You will get back together, Nendoda, whose boys have counseled them Uguti at your own risk, enter and be eaten at your own peril. Kibova cheri ele, kinja ele, honale danger gafareng gozi ka montle, ha o ka kena o jewa. O siona o dula go chika go rasetsa, you can't after that spectacle that she threw epatini. Elore, this guy knows why this woman threw her toys at the cot like that. Head boiling and everything. Like, so much so do these guys know that they were wrong to cause a woman to actually be slashing a guy's tires. They know it so well that my ex-boyfriend once, there was an incident of that nature where I was throwing my toys at the cot outside of some club. And some guys around were like, "Hi, boy." Bantaba apologized to my boyfriend. I look like a crazy woman. I decided to drive instead of him, even though I was the one drinking. I told you he quit alcohol, and I carried on drinking because Bojwala, he couldn't hold his liquor anymore. I don't know if that was in the video that was cut or what, but he ended up leaving alcohol because it nearly broke us up because he cheated on me at Tawe Habutoko. And it basically was something that he made a decision to do because he realized that if he carries on like this, he's going to keep on being on a strange trajectory. So he became a designated driver. Where it is that everywhere we went, I was still drinking because I could hold mine, right? I don't drink now. I stopped drinking long before I came to Christ. But at that stage, I was the one that was drinking and he wasn't. And so therefore, it made sense that he should drive us home. He was a licensed driver. And if the police stopped, JMPD, whatever, doesn't matter if the car whiffs of alcohol, he would pass a breathalyzer, okay? He was gonna drive us home, but we were using my car. So I was so quatat, I was so steam out of my ears that I was like, insist to driver. It was raining. It was like kind of wet on the roads. Well, he told me slow down when I was driving home because I was mad, and because he said slow down, accelerator. We hit a puddle of water that caused my car to lose control, and I noticed that I was headed towards some car, and to avoid that vehicle, I turned my steering wheel, and my car spun. Landed by the amazing grace of God. A pole stopped it. To this day, the dent is still in my car, like proper. It's still there. Alright, I have the first and only car that I've ever bought in my life. After all, poverty will do that to a person. And that dent saved my life, and it saved our life. We basically both nearly died, and I would have killed us out of anger. He gets out of the car, give me the keys. And I'm at this point shook because literally I nearly killed us both. And I quietly just get in the passenger seat, and then he drives us the rest of the way home. Thankfully, there were no police there, only some neighbors that came out and saw what happened. But then he ended up driving back home. The car was fine, everything was fine except for that dent. That was a miracle from God. We both came to conclude the next day, Hononale presence in the car, which I have now come to conclude was the Holy Spirit. It was God. Okay? At the time, we were busy negotiating with the ancestors. Maybe